Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to FM21. This is Zero to Hero. We're in episode number 12. Beretta with ball to Jameson. Skelnis taps it in for the opener. It's only the 12th minute. I'm into the last week of November now. We're up against Peterborough. They sit 11th in the table, and we actually have climbed up a bit. If you remember from the end of the last episode, we are actually struggling now in the 7th tier, so we've kind of finally reached a point where the team is not the dominant force that it was. Looking at them play, well, we're winning for good reason. We have quality, so in a sense, it's a little strange that we are struggling as much as we are, and in another sense, it makes perfect sense, right? I mean, we knew that we were climbing at a rate that we weren't going to be able to sustain, especially with no extreme quality coming through until we go all the way back. Bad turnover. Here's a chance to make it 3. Skelnis does not mistake that one. Good finish there to go near post as he starts to come across the keeper. Draws the keeper into going right. Keeper's right. And then he goes to his own right with the left foot. Well done. Well done. 3-0. 25th minute. It looks like we are cruising to a victory in this one. Like I said, despite the challenges we're having this season, that's going to be a yellow. Ooh, surprised. Very surprised that's not a yellow. Despite the challenges, we have improved and we are climbing up the table, but this is really bad timing. Just in training about 2 days ago, Romar Kerr went down with a 3 to 4 month injury, and now here we are with Beretta, one of our top players, about 3rd best overall, goes down with an injury here, and that potential foot injury, those tend to not take as long depending on what it is. Hopefully it's not too bad, otherwise we are going to be in a bit of trouble. Burns will come in to replace him. You can see just what a downgrade we're having. At 3-0, we should be fairly comfortable. Still first half. You can always come back. Jameson, that's a nice ball ahead. Taps it off. Skelnis. Oh. Terrible D on that one. They get the simple interception, and he taps it to his goalkeeper, who's 3 feet away. What's goalkeeper supposed to do with that? It's a tap. It's not a solid pass to get the immediate clearance. It was a tap. He didn't play it sideways where the keeper could at least have a run at it and have an advantage to get to it. It was a tap. Terrible play. Thomas, long ball ahead, Skelnis on the run. He's got this one. He had time to take a couple touches. Chooses not to. Blasts it wide. 4-0 at the half. XG is only about 2, though. So as dominant as we've been, we're scoring more than we technically should be. We'll keep this one simple and start the second half. Likewise, I will go ahead and call this particular game quits. We'll move on to the follow-up. So late November, league position improved up to 4th place, also just 2 points shy of the league lead, scoring 3 today. There's actually going to be some teams that are not playing today as the FA Cup is ongoing. Somebody probably survived. Nice aggressive play by Hoey just in case, but the defense steps up, helps him out. All right, moving on. I'm going to push forward another 6 weeks, and I'll see you in early January for an update. Can we climb to the top of the league? This is the longest we've been away from since the very first season with all those 1 attributes. It's now the 9th of January, and we've had a major shakeup in our season. Romar Kerr was already injured. He is still going to be out for a while. But then Olafur Skillness, our top striker, our 50-goal-a-season guy, has broken his leg and actually had back-to-back injuries in the same week. He had a gash in his leg. No, it wasn't even in his leg. He had a gash, I think, in his arm somehow. But it was just one of those day-to-day, not a big thing. And then it was a week later, it was 5 days to a week later when the major injury took place. But the mechanics in this game, it's always that little piece of, oh, you had a recent injury, now you're more susceptible to a major injury. Even though it was just a cut. 19 goals in 18 appearances, 10 assists in 18 appearances. Rounded up to a 15 XG. Yikes. We've been both lucky and unlucky, though, that we have not moved up the table. But one big reason for that is we've got some games in pocket. 2 right now. It was more than that. But our pitch and the weather combination has had 3 games postponed in the last couple of weeks. Enfield Town leads. #United is second from 5th, so they've moved up. I think Hereford is the one who has moved down. It might have been Rushall, though, but I think it was Hereford. We sit in the same position we were, which is 4th. But we are 2 games behind everybody else in matches played. 2 wins would put us at 46. That's still a couple points shy of the league, which is where we were 6 weeks ago. Of course, we haven't won both of those matches. And who's to say we will win both of those matches? We do have 12 wins and 20 played. But that's just over 1 to every 2. And then you kind of have a 50-50 chance on what's the other match result going to be. 4 draws, 4 losses. Goal differential's at +23. So you see that, compare that. And we're probably right around #United territory. In fact, if we win both games, we have identical records. If we have just 1 goal difference in each game, we're right there neck and neck, just ahead of them by +2 goals. So the league's tight, but we are on the back foot, and made more so by that major injury to our top goal getter, and we don't have a proper striker. Phil Skellness is not a proper striker. We have no proper striker in the squad, period. Good luck to us going forward. We are going to need it. I really, really hope we get through January without losing any players transfer window-wise, because we cannot afford to lose any. We are getting some development. Harry Jewell has climbed. He's caught up to George White. That 39 that just stagnated for 2.5 seasons is finally going somewhere, as we have fixed his personality. These guys are certainly better than most of the U18s, most of the U23s, but they haven't gone too far. Fenton is climbing. Fenton was below all of these guys, so his 110 potential, he certainly hasn't realized anything yet, but he's coming along. Adam Elliott's coming along. He was in the 50s, now 65. So new coaching staff, we're seeing the results of that. We're seeing the fruits of that labor. Barbados is now an 88. Simpson's an 85. Sam Thomas has climbed from the 70s up to a 91. Aspinall is about to top 100. And Hoey, our top guy, at 118. Aspinall wants so bad to get that starting job, but it's been so difficult for him because he's following the best player on the team. Generally, if you remove Hoey from the conversation, right, your 4th best player, or just let's look at the reality, your 5th best player should be playing. and he would be developing a lot faster if he was playing. But our top two guys are goalkeepers. Out of the under 23s, yeah, 55, 54, 51. I mean, there is some progress going on, but the only quality player is Jewel. We haven't been fully gutted, but we are definitely down a few guys. Odell, of course, is our top player at the U18, so we have the same problem down there. One really good goalkeeper. He's an 83. He would be right there in that core. He's one of our 8 best players. So we've got 3 goalkeepers in the 8 best players at the team. Also, and I've lost more players than I thought I had. I only saw a couple names come up on lost players, but my U23s is down in size a bit, and my U18s as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the transfer history for... Wow. What? I saw 2 names going away. 13. I saw Hicks and Brennan go away. That's 13. Jeez. I just cannot win. I have to sign them all to professional contracts. That's the only thing that keeps them around. All of my players on youth contracts are getting signed. I mean, that's half. That's half of them. 2nd of February coming up on that youth intake, not too far away now, about 6 weeks. We have made some progress. For one, we've distanced the group behind us. For 2, those games in hand, we caught up on those. So we've played 26. Everybody around us has played 26. But we slipped down a little bit from where we could have been. 15 wins, 7 draws, 4 losses. So we have not taken any new losses. Hashtag Enfield and us all on 4 losses. The draws is where we're a bit behind them. 18 wins for hashtag, 17 for Enfield Town, 15 for us. The rest of those go into those draws. We had 2 0-0 draws. We are missing Phil Skelnis big time. Big time missing him. 2 0-0. Both home matches. 0-0 home draws over that stretch. Guaranteed. If the defense gets the clean sheet with Phil Skelnis, we win both of those matches. So that means there's 4 points missing. We'd be 2 off the lead. We'd have the goal differential. We'd be at least up 31. So we'd be sitting second in a very, very tight battle. And instead, we're still just a little bit off the pace. Yes, technically we are 1 spot higher. Yes, we have distanced the field a bit. 8 points clear of the next highest. Goal differential also massive advantage there. So 3-horse race. But that's not where we want to be, especially this late in the season. So checking in. Romar Kerr, just about back. Okay, he'll be back soon. But how much can we expect him to contribute? Harry Jewell, a 50 now. Good. Okay, he is climbing. Slowly, but climbing. Phil Skelnis, how much longer? He's actually starting to fade in ability. He's down to a 90. He's been between a 90 and a 92 for about two plus seasons now. Still 3 to 5 months. It's been 3 months already. Hold on now. Medical report, please. Okay, it's been 2 months. Okay, that they just haven't changed it. He's still at least a month away. That hurts. That hurts. And no recurring injuries. That's good, but we're looking at least 1 month, up to 3 months still, before he recovers and is back in. If we're going to have any shot, we're going to need him back, hopefully on the early side. Otherwise, we are definitely not getting the promotion this season, or at least not as champion. Dangerous game we're playing this one. We could be staying in the league for one season longer and stalling this early. And man, I thought we'd be cruising to the 5th tier or so before this was going to happen. It is 2nd of February. The transfer deadline has now come and gone. And we did not lose any more players. Nothing since Christmas. So, big progress there. The closest was Hoey. Coming up on that midnight deadline, the offers got bigger. He got to about 85,000 in the time before midnight, just before about 10 p.m. And then that was it. So hang on to him. We keep our core. Aspinall closing in on 100 will be the first time we've had 5 players over that mark. Remember our last core, we had 4 players over 100, but 3 of those 4 are what we lost. Hoey's the only one remaining. Holmes, Barreto, Bridges all climbed from the 90s into the 100s, but now Aspinall and Thomas getting close. Barbados also closing in on 90. A month on, 3 matches played. It was all during that stretch. And we've had 3 straight victories, 2 of them at 1-0. So it's still been that really, really close stretch where we have definitely struggled through some of the matches. But then a 5-2 hammering. So we finally do give up some goals. I mean, we'd only given up 1 goal over the previous 7 league matches. Give up 2 this time, but we do manage to score 5. And amazingly, filling in, it's Sharples with a 10.0 and 3 goals. The 6th, 28th minute to put the thing away just about, 56th, and then both teams score in the 77th. So straight from kickoff, seemingly, and then in the 82nd, they get another consolation goal after we had already put things away. But that's Sharples with 4 goals. Jameson with the other. What a tremendous performance, breakout performance for Sharples as a team now. Sharples has 9 goals on the season. So that was half his total, roughly, in just 1 match. 10 starts now, 8.39 on the XG. I mean, look how much ground he has made up on Phil Skillness after that 1 game. Barbados is continuing to do well. Jameson is doing well, despite only being a 57 overall. He's been in that position for a long time now. Would love to have a quality replacement. As for Phil Skillness, still another 7 weeks to 4 months that he will be out. 4 months is season done. 7 weeks, we'll get him back for a while. Either way, he will not be back until after the upcoming youth intake. Here's to hoping we finally have a good one. 2 more weeks behind us, 2 more matches, 1 win, 1 draw. We stay at 1 point down on Enfield Town and now 3 points behind Hashtag. So we have closed that gap at the top. 10 points ahead of Hereford. They're not out of it yet. Neither is Tamworth or Hednesford, but I'd say from Peterborough Sports on down, definitely too far behind to put up a challenge with just 11 matches remaining on this season. We're in it, but the challenge just keeps getting tougher and tougher and tougher as we go on. Phil Skellness, still injured, 4 weeks to 3 months now. Jameson, also hurt. Starting right winger, out for about a week. Kerr, finally, just coming back from injury. Michael Holmes, also injured in the last match, our second best player, out for 2 to 5 weeks. So there was also another minor one that was just a couple of days, but it's been an injury-ridden season. And I've been saying that for the last couple of years. We don't have the depth. If we lose players through transfers or through injury, we would be in trouble. And that's exactly what this season has been. We still have a chance. We are close. But with just 11 matches to play and the amount of injuries we've had, hopefully the youth intake that is now 1 to 4 days away from coming, hopefully it comes with 1 or 2 players that are ready to enter the side immediately, because we are shorthanded right now. We are very shorthanded right now. So I'm going to have to shake up the lineup a little bit for the coming matches, but let's see if we can get to that youth intake first. And there it is. Our youth intake has finally hit, and who'd have thunk it? 4th year in a row that the top player is a goalkeeper. Is it broken, or is it because of how far down we are and the number of goalkeepers that are coming through that are okay? I don't know. But 4th year in a row, the top player is a goalkeeper. I don't even have anywhere else to stash him. We've already got one at every level. Grundy, next best, Ando, Ghanaian player who may be good enough to step right in and fill in for Holmes for a couple weeks. Tunnicliffe could be an impact player. We'll see how good these guys are. Now, with all the losses we continue to take every season, in terms of our youth teams getting gutted, we're once again going to have to sign everybody. We just don't have enough players in the pool, and we're not making enough money to sign everyone to permanent contracts to forcefully retain them long term. So we just keep losing one okay player after another, but I still want to have the depth so we can actually grow and organize and do something. Speaking of, as we will attend the game, speaking of that system, here is how we're looking. U18s. This is actually the best season our U23s have had. Yeah, minus 49 goal differential, 1 win, 1 draw. It's the first win and first draw they've had. Our U23s has existed for 3 seasons now. First 2 seasons were without a point. They are still atrocious, but we are slowly seeing a tiny improvement. But when you see who they're up against for U23s, you can also see why. Our U18s, on the other hand, have shown what they're capable of. They're in Division 1, so they're at the top. They're playing the Big Six. They're playing Premier League under 18 squads and doing okay. They were doing okay last season as well, but they're slowly climbing a little bit higher. 8 wins, a draw, 10 losses, but plus 4 goal differential, 25 points on the season, sitting 6th in the North Division. That's pretty impressive. Sheffield United, what they're doing is pretty impressive, but we're right there neck and neck with Leicester City's under 18s and beating the championship under 18s that are here. So, wow. Cheers to that. So, good performance by the U18s, and they're definitely being led by Odell and our overstacked goalkeeping situation that, for whatever reason, just keeps on happening. Existing U18s in the purple, candidates in the green. Let's see how they do. Haven't had a chance to evaluate them yet, so I'm curious to see how they could do against, for the first time, a fairly well-established U18 squad. Nice through ball there. And the existing team takes the lead on this one. Find some space. Nice job on the run there. That looks like the senior squad tactics actually being used effectively. Nice through ball. Here is the candidates doing the same, but they went a little too far to the side and couldn't create a chance from it. But here in possession, they're doing pretty well, and there's a tap in. Charlie Hardy gets his foot out, hits that little volley, tap in volley before the keeper could punch it away. And that's Amani Odell, who could not get that one pushed away. Comes in a little late. More aggressive player might dive on top of that one and be hurt as a result. He does not take the injury here. It is a friendly. Oh, wow. Nice one. Ross White with the goal. Great free kick. It's a tremendous ball from Ando. Ando is one of those top players coming in. Odell got a piece but could not keep it out. He almost pushed it up over the crossbar, but it slides in just underneath it. That one's turned over. Chance for the counterattack. Defense. Good header away. McCormick. Nice ball through for Hardy. And Hardy. Wow. Could it be? Do we finally have a strong group of candidates? They are playing quite well right now. Really controlling this one. It's 3-1 inside 20 minutes. Ando, another free kick. Dangerous ball, but Odell smothers that one. Long ball ahead to Hands, but it's cleared out. Owusu running. Nice ball across, and Hardy is able to turn and get a shot off, but it goes just wide. Shot 7-1 in favor of the youth candidates. Their pass completion ratio much higher. Well, it's a little closer now than it was moments ago. Tackles one looking good. Here's a free kick. Chance for some more before halftime. There's Hardy recovering the ball after Odell doesn't do... Oh, weak call. Oh, I hate that kind of call. Not a fan at all of getting the goal on a penalty on the edge of the box with your back to the goal, and they don't even go down. I mean, it was just a little tap. And it looked like they got the ball as much as they got the man. The penalty shouldn't just be about a foul in the box. I think it should be certain types of fouls in the box. Right now, penalties are just given away like candy on Halloween. It's bad for the game. It's really bad for the game. More goals come. Nearly, anyway. You almost have as many goals from penalties as you do from open play. McCormick, that one makes it over the top. Craggs recovers on defense, but they ultimately hang on to it, and then that cross is blocked, and here we are again. That's offside. But Hardy, great finish on the volley. Side-footed volley like that. Wasn't offside by much. Oh, it's inside of the foot. But still, knee out like that. That it's tough to open the hips like that and be able to get that on target. Liam Campbell with a nice goal here in the 56th minute. U18s have some quality. Way too much space there. And then you get that extra touch as the defense finally reacts to it. Hines was... They were 12, 15 yards away from him when they should have been marking him 5 yards away at most. That extra space and then suddenly closing it down just opened a giant rift. Nice possession set up here for the candidates. Owusu beats his man, turns inside, goes outside, tries to take on one too many. Another nice ball over the top, and here's McCormick. There's the nice, easy cross in. Just a little bit behind Hardy, but Hardy gets it on target anyway. Needed to be more towards the corner. 10-3, 11-3 on the shots. XG very much in their favor. This is justifiably 4-2. And I'm a little excited by that. I think this might finally be a second intake that's going to be quite solid. Nice run here, Malone. Great ball over the top. Odell really sets that up, and we keep it in bounds. Great job by the candidates there. The awareness. Keeper punches it away. It was going out for the corner kick. Defender, right back or the right center back, I'm not sure which one, but he gets a foot to it and sends it out the side. Hardy, great ball over the top, bangs it off the bar, and Owusu taps it in. That nearly went in anyway. Hardy unlucky to not be credited for the goal, but McCormick, great recognition to get Hardy over the top of the defense. So unlucky not to finish that one, and then Owusu, easy to make it 5 here in the 90th minute. Speaking of 90th minute, meanwhile in the league, it's been a few days, and in those few days we did have a single match, a match that we led 2-1 until the 90th minute, gave up a goal, and we finished with a draw. Liga top team failed to win theirs, so it is, I think, a 3-point gap or a 2-point gap to both teams now at the top of the league. 15-7 the final on the shots, 8 of them on target, 5 goals, 3.24 on the XG. A very dominating performance by the youth candidates. Hopefully that wasn't just a shock result, but that actually shows the quality of the intake. Remember, we spent a bunch of money on new staff, including a head of youth development and a better assistant coach, looking to start improving the quality of the youth intakes. Proper youth intake, proper youth contracts now that we are full-time. Maybe we can finally start hanging on to players. I don't know if that's the case, but all those players that keep falling through the cracks could be because they were on not actual contracts, but here they are, 2-year contracts, youth contracts, but they're paid. They're paid $10,000 annually. I mean, that's nearly what most of the senior league players are making. Looks like just one of these players has much in way of potential and probably not a whole lot in current ability. So of the 7 that we didn't automatically sign, let's go ahead and take a look at our U18 squad with the new guys minus these 7 and see what we've got. And yes, we do. We have one player ready to jump in right away. But of course, Martin McCallum is a goalkeeper. 75 with 149 potential. So he's right at halfway to his ultimate potential. Paul Ando, though, a 58.98. Marvin Grundy, a 57.131. That is definitely the best field potential we have seen in quite some time. Mark Mitchell, 87 potential. Tunnicliffe, 123, so great potential there. Those 3 guys will want to get in. Callum Gold, way down that list, a 42.124. Likewise, and yes, we are including those 7. Here is Curtis, Owusu, Lindy, and so on. So that's the whole group. This is definitely a better intake than what we've had the last few seasons. But it wasn't amazing. It was definitely a step in the right direction, though. So we get 3 high-quality players coming in. 4 if you count Gold. He's not that far off. So 4 high-quality potential players. We haven't seen that since the first season. We really haven't. So finally. Okay, finally. But as for instant, immediate impacts, Ando, Grundy, Hardy, McCormick, Mitchell, Tunnicliffe, it's possible that all of those guys could break into the senior squad. McCallum, the best of the bunch, though, is going to be stuck down here for a while longer. Odell is over 18 now, though, so I think Odell's going to have to push up to the U23s. We can see how all those players that were in the 50s already could actually challenge for bench spots. And with the high potential of some of them, it's probably a pretty good idea to bring a few of those players up. So We will be taking a look at shuffling the squad around a little bit. Of course, the U18s is also now a bit full. So we're going to want to replenish the U23s a bit by moving some guys up to there. Yeah, that is a step in the right direction. But will any of this impact the team right now for the remainder of this season, where we are ridden with injuries? One player that could have an impact won't, because it's a fourth high-quality goalkeeper. Highly disappointing that is every season what we're doing. We're bringing in great goalkeepers. What am I supposed to do with that? One after another after another. That's all the time I have for this episode, though. We're going to go ahead and push forward just a little bit to get a couple weeks in, but we're gonna focus on maybe reshaping the squad ever so slightly, and then late push for the rest of the season. Hopefully we can get some of these guys back and healthy. It looks like we're down to just 2 that are not healthy currently, but George White back in the side. He does have 4 assists already, but he's had 23 appearances off the bench, so he's a real go-to on that part. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.